everything we get from these horses is such a gift, but what Wayne has given to this industry and his sacrifice for his life and just giving of this community and of these horses, to watch it happen at this point of his career, it's like, yes, like, thank you, you guys got it right up there. Like, he is deserving of it. And so just watching the journey, and like you said, you know, there's 2,500 people that get to enjoy what that means. Like,
in order to get where we've gotten.
Well, that's complimentary.
Yeah.
Because I'm still swimming.
You have to make a total commitment. You just have to, everything becomes secondary to what you're trying to accomplish. And there's something about the horse industry that is different than the other employment. I coached 10 years. I understand that part of my life. But when you get involved with this, you bond and get so intense and so involved that everything else becomes secondary. Marriages, relationships, deadlines to do something for yourself, all go out the window.
Mm-hmm. I don't care what industry you're in, when you're at the top, you know, it's lonely at the top, and that expression is there for a reason. And so I felt similarly through our journey with Arcangelo, that people were actually genuine. And for me, it's like, I want you to be who you are today, who you were to me yesterday. I don't want you to be happy for me today because we did something that was unique or different and special. If you don't like me, that's fine. We're good. But be genuine to me today as you were to me yesterday. And so to have people reach out and to genuinely congratulate or be happy, you know, that something happened that wasn't about them, I thought was special.
I think you got to add one thing, though. You did something that was special, and it was out of the box. You accomplished something that so many of the men in the world, trainers, were trying to do, and here you just slip right in there, and not only do you beat them, you make them like it. I think that was that. As far as congratulations and everything, I think it was genuine, because all the male trainers, the ones that were stepped back and said, "Damn, she beat us," you know, and they were very appreciative of the effort and what you accomplished.
Thank you. You know, all the circus is happening around us, but I think horsemen are always staring at the horse. Where are we? Where are we pulling? And there's some footage even after the Belmont where I'm literally scanning the track looking for my horse, because that's honestly what I care about.
Yeah, after that first shock of watching it.
Okay, we got it done. Okay, where's my horse? Are we good? Is everything okay? Yeah. None of this happens without that. And that is what what we fall asleep thinking about, what we wake up thinking about. I know it's a huge family adjustment, you know, for everyone around. You wake up and you're just going, and it's like, yeah, because we have all that going on in the background.
Yeah. And we get analytical. Like when we were on that run of, I think, 6 in a row of Triple Crown races, ABC came to me and they said, "Could you, we're going to have a camera on it today, would you just show a little emotion?" They said, "Just doing this." They said, "Could you just hug somebody or throw your fist in the air?" They
asked you to be somebody you're not.
Yeah, they wanted me to react to the, they said, "If you win, just, you know, do something. Don't just look there and go." I said, "If you wanted Robert Redford, you should have hired him." I said, you get me.
So when you find the ones that are willing to do that extra, that do the dirty work, that get in there and want it for themselves, you can't want something more for them than they want it for themselves. And I know I've invested time and resources and emotional energy into people that you see it in them, but they don't have it and they don't want it like that. And so as I've gotten older, I've learned to not, you know, dump into that person anymore and just, okay, they want to be a toll booth collector, that's fine. Just you go be the best toll booth collector you can be. It's not going to work for me for the long haul, because I want to bring that guy along. I mean, Giovanni, Arcangelo's groom, started with me as a hot walker that had never been around horses, and he just had the opportunity to have, you know, the champion 3-year-old. So to watch his journey, that's what it's, for me, it's about the journey for the people around me and around the team, because of their commitment, and they're deserving of this. And so to watch Fiona, my assistant, have that, and her husband, you know, to watch them be able to have that journey and that experience, and we happen to be able to provide that platform for them. That is so much more gratifying for me, to watch people live their dream and live their best life, and we get to do that with these horses. That's the gift of, for me, what we do.
So well put. I told Jaime, I said, I'm going to make you better than you want to be. He said, what?
That's so good.
I said, I'm going to make you, if you hang around me,
Yeah.
I'm going to make you better than you want to be.
I'll invest in you,
Yeah.
but you got to work hard at it.
Yeah. The thing that I always tell people is, if you have a passion for it, you eliminate all the excuses. If you have a passion for your job, or the cameraman has one for his job, you eliminate the excuses. You'll go without lunch, you'll drive, you know, half a day to get somewhere, you'll go without sleep, you will eliminate any social event that you might normally go to. With passion, you eliminate all the excuses, and you start to get focused. And you start to get focused to a point where maybe it isn't all good, but it does carry you to a level that, you know, you are hoping to get to. But that's the difference. If I would lose the passion, I've been here 44 years looking across that shed row over there, and if I were to lose that passion of being excited about that horse, that happens to be this one, this current one, but any of the others, I would have been gone a long time ago. I had a chance in 70, maybe 76, to really change my coaching career to the point where I think I would have ended up as a head coach at Michigan. But I chose to stay with the horses because I felt it was my calling. It was what I should do.
Thank you for doing that. We find excuses to make it happen, right? Like I think other people, exactly what he's saying. Like they'll find, oh, I can't do that. It's going to be. I don't want to drive that far. I mean, we drive 8 hours to watch a race for a minute and however many seconds. There's no logic in that. Why do you do? It's dumb. It's literally dumb. Why did you just travel for 12 hours or across the globe for that for a minute and whatever? I got no answer. Like, because there is no logic past the passion about doing it. It's, you know.
Why does an 88-year-old man get in a truck and drive 15 hours to get his horse here?
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
It'd be easy. They fly here, you know.
They do?
Yeah.
They do fly here, and the truck driver doesn't give a damn if I'm with him or not. But I'm sitting right next to him because I feel like that is where I should be, and I'm going to make sure there's no trouble, nothing go wrong.
And that's the answer.
Yeah. Try that sometime. Ride 15 hours in a heavy truck and see how you feel. You don't have to be 88. You'll feel like hell. Every year, every horse gives you a different scenario, a different feeling, I have a story after story after story, obviously, with I've been blessed with a lot of nice horses. You know, it's hard to say. People say, what is your best horse? What was your favorite horse? You know, well, what year are you talking about? You know, when I have, you know, different favorites, different times. I thought that I won the Kentucky Derby 4 times. They say, well, you had to be happiest with the first one. No, the third one was the one that's jumped out because it was for Bill Young, who became a dear friend of mine. And when I was able to share that Derby with him, that was the best one. That one was better than the other 3. So it just depends on what year or what time.
In my introduction into developing and starting thoroughbreds under his program in Ocala was one of the last kind of several groups of storm cats.
Yeah.
So they would show up from Overbrook, orangutans, and storm cat. The you know, good stallions have traits, and they're repeatable traits, and that's kind of how we know, like, if they're going to be good stallions. If you go and start looking at a horse at the sale, and this stallion has no rhyme or reason, you know, this stallion kind of stamps him this way. It doesn't always have to be a physical thing. But Stormcats tend to have, they had a bit of a thicker jowl and they had a really strong personality and they were a little, like if they had those little things to them, they were, if you could channel that for good, they were likely going to be something in some capacity. And so my exposure to the Thoroughbred out of the show horse ring for me was into a huge group of Stormcats that were...
And they were tough.
They were tough. And but they taught you to ask the questions differently.
Yeah, every horse teaches.
Yeah.
They're all teaching every day. What we get paid to do is read their personalities, if you want to call it that, and determine where they need to be straightened out, where they need to be loved, where they need to be pushed forward, backed up on. That's what we get paid to do. And the ones that do it the best win races.
Our job is to translate what they're saying in a meaningful way for everyone else to understand. We humanize what they're going through so humans can relate to them. And that's probably the cleanest way I can put that for other people to understand. Like, you know, the licking and chewing a horse does. Well, you can't make a horse do that. Well, what does that mean? They will give you that as a reaction to something they're happy about. So when they, you know, drop their head or they give you a good roll, they are constantly talking. They never shut up. Like they're always chattering. And so our job is to slow down and listen to that chatter, good, bad, or indifferent. Why is that horse breathing that way today when they're training? Why are they short breath? Why are they a little tight through their neck? What's going on here? That's different than before. And that's where some trainers don't want to hear what a rider has to say. Oh, they don't know what they're talking about. I can do it with anybody. I want to know what they're saying. They may not know what they're telling me, but I know what they're feeling is different. If a groom sees something, it may be nothing, but it's different. And just tell me what's different, and it's up to me to figure out why it's different today.
That's why after the Preakness with Seize the Gray, I felt really comfortable. But I feel even better 2.5 weeks later. I think he's telling me, just as Jena's pointed out, he's telling me every day that we're going to be a little bit tougher. I'm a little bit fitter, and hell, we had him out there for the state vet to check him, and he jumped and squealed and played, and he'd already had a good work this morning.
Yeah.
He's touting us. He's making it easy to read. It's in capital letters right now.
That was when Maggie had interviewed me before the Belmont, and that was her question to me was, well, what's he saying? And I clearly said, get out of my way. That's what he's saying, get out of my way. You know, and that's our job, is to stay out of the way at times and know when they're thriving and doing their best and let them do them.